Well, hello, main account TikTok friends. I have been obviously not on here because this channel will be taken down soon. Yes, they continually go after me, as I said in my last video. So I'm posting this. It's my only it's my only other channel. And you should really go to that channel because in the last few days I put up some videos while everybody's been focused on Ohio and while a bunch of people have forever been focused on this. This is a flush. It's a syringe, but it's a flush. I usually use the real syringe kind of thing, but I didn't have it, so this is just an empty flush. Not that you need to know that at all for this video whatsoever. It's just an IV flush. So moving on, it doesn't matter. But there's been a bunch of people focused on this and Ohio. Not that those aren't concerns, but yeah, I see the minute the fear-mongering got out of control with this and in Ohio, see, that's when my red flag goes up. It's like, no, they're going too far now. It's as if, no, it's a patent. Okay, the globalists can create patents if they want them, fake ones. Really. They have a lot of power, right? So, think beyond. Because the fear mongering that everybody, that you think is all your friend and on your side. Yeah, see, no, they don't want suddenly to happen. I mean, the globalists, they don't want suddenly. You think they do because you think it's all about population, and it is about that. But before they don't want suddenly, though. They don't, because they want research. And so if there's just suddenly, you get what I'm laying down here? If there's a bunch of suddenly happening, then they have no research subjects. Get it? And what I talked about in my other channel is how what's not being talked about, in the globalists like Alex Jones, everybody thinks he's such a whistleblower. No, he's not. He's told some truth. He has, but he's always been a controlled person. I mean, you really could look at Alex Jones as the perfect globalist to tell you in advance what's coming, right? Anyway, I'm not going to get off on him. There's just so many people that think that, he's telling the truth, and he has for a lot of things. But the one thing none of those people that are, have a bunch of patriots brainwashed into, and that's what it is, a bunch of patriots that came awake and they just want to stay on that pack. They want to stay like a pack of wolves. Nope, we're all over here. Okay, see, like I said, I'm not a grouper. So I'm always going to end up going the opposite. Not always, but when something just doesn't line up. And so all the fear-mongering and all the suddenly and everything, around this and all the just craziness it went to, that was all a red flag to me, that it was designed to keep you stuck. And so now I see Ohio being used to do the same thing. And I'm not saying that a disaster didn't happen there, but it's going too far, is it not? Nobody knows yet, right? Like let's just, I mean, the very fact that White Noise, the movie, was filmed in East Palestine and just a few years ago, it's just, but that's not the only reason. There's a lot of unknowns. Just like I've said, there's a lot of unknowns with this. But yet what they want to do, while you really don't know a lot of it, is they want to create a bunch of fear in people. Because again, what's the number one way they use to control people is fear. But really, no, they don't want suddenly. And I know this. And the reason you won't hear Fox News or any news, like Fox News now wants to be, praised because, they're thinking of you because they're talking about East Palestine. No, they're still owned by BlackRock, okay? So BlackRock wants that talked about. Why? Well, because it's an environmental disaster. Doesn't that work for the globalists? Yeah. And who are so many of the TikTokers that are posting things? Environmental activists. Erin Brockovich, one of the biggest. Yes, good old Erin Brockovich, probably an alumni of Casting Central, quite frankly, because, she was that big whistleblower that had such a big movie done about her that Julia Roberts played her. See, the true whistleblowers, I'm a whistleblower. The true whistleblowers, you don't see them. They get silenced because they have to be a whistleblower that serves the elites. Erin Brockovich, just like Julia Roberts, really, they're environmental activists. They are. So, of course, they get her on the case. Yeah, good luck with that. Flint, Michigan, they still have to drink bottled water, by the way. So, yeah, great track record there. Just saying. Anyway, and then Rosie O'Donnell came out today, and she's talking about the disaster and all these things that could happen, doing the fear-mongering too. So see, when she, of all people, is up there, along with good old Erin Brockovich, then it's all a red flag to me. And again, I'm not saying that something didn't happen there, but for whatever reason, just like they did with this, they take it way too far. Way, way too far. And here's why they're doing it. And I said this, you can go to my other channel, which is up here. I did videos the last few days about this stuff and the horse dewormer stuff. Straight from the science pages themselves. What they want to... the reason they don't want suddenly, but they want you to focus on that, is because if as long as you're focused on that, you don't see that really what you should be looking at and calling out is the research in university research hospitals. All the hospitals tied to universities are research hospitals. All your major ones. All of them. They are the ones controlling public health, and they have a research study going that started in 2016, which was mainly about children and registry, but kids with cancer, all sorts of cancers. But they'll take young adults. Yeah, and you know how long that study's going till? They're going to run that study until 2100. 2100. What does that tell you? Does that tell you they want to help disease? No. They want subjects. So that's why I say you can't have subjects if you have suddenly happening. So, but again, there's a bunch. That's why those group of people have you stuck there. I've said don't go off the rails with this. Don't go off the rails with it, because we don't know the truth about all of it yet. The same thing to be said for Ohio. We don't know the truth there. But the fact is, I did the video, some videos about this research stuff going on at these major universities, and that's what they want to hide, because the science has been what has been controlling our lives. See, you can't destroy America's Constitution. You have to do it within by fear-mongering a bunch of diseases, environmental disasters, everything to scare the hell out of people. And the science has always been used as that. So, quite frankly, you can't trust the science. First of all, they have shown no true success in anything. And in my next video, I'm going to show that even further, because I have the question that needs to be asked is, why did all the governors want ventilators back in 2020? Why? Especially when in 2015 there was a Looking Glass, what did Alice find article on PubMed about mechanical ventilators, but I'll do that in my next video. But really, the science has been what has been being used to destroy our Constitution. Quite frankly, PubMed and the science don't really like the Constitution because they don't like freedom. If they did like freedom, if they were freedom-loving Americans, then they would have found cures for things already. If nothing else, you should see them as total failures, because they don't give you the cure for cancer, right? Even though there's some stuff out there, yeah. Like you should go look at my video on my other channel about that drug I that starts with an I. You're getting stuck into this. You're getting stuck into Ohio because these people do a great job at throwing somebody out there and keeping you stuck there with all this fear, and then they hype it and hype it and hype it, and it's the same thing they've always done. But a lot of people want to stay there because it's a great high, right? It's a great way. Yeah, look at what they're doing. Yeah, but it's a bunch of bullshit. A lot of it is. But stay there if you want. The research hospital is what you really should be looking at, what they're researching, because if you want to save this country, the universities, especially the ones involved in research, need to be called out, and all funding needs to be ended to them altogether.